Okay, so something Bunkum. That's the name of this series. What does that mean? I'll let you look it up. But I have notes today. What? I'll actually stay on topic a little bit. What this episode is, it's a bit of an introduction. It is not a bit of an introduction. It is an introduction to the channel. Of course, it's the second episode. And I'm calling it The Rotation. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do with the channel. I am talking about, in a rather conceited way, I guess, my hobbies. Yeah, conceited, that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm talking about my hobbies. I'm going to do this thing every Sunday. That's the plan. So every Sunday, because it's the end of the week and the beginning of the week, for some people, if you will. Gotta turn off Discord there. Anyway, so every Sunday I'm going to have an episode, and it's going to be a Something Bunkum episode. Now, I'm thinking about having the rotation be consistent, which several of my friends and people that, are online told me that that's a good way to build up a fan base or subscribers or viewer base or whatever. I've never been popular. At any rate, I'm going to quasi do that because my hobbies are such that I'm not entirely certain if I want the rotation to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I might even consolidate some of these things. As I make them, I don't want them to be utterly random and completely nonsense. I would like there to be a little bit of direction to them. Let's get to the point. Okay, chess. Boom. I'm studying chess theory. I'm going to be playing games online. AKA, you're going to see me lose a lot, because I make some bad moves. But I'll also post some things about, what I'm specifically learning and who I'm going to learn. I'll be using chess.com for that.
I think the Royal Lopez is a good weapon for players of all ratings. I've also recommended the Joko piano, especially for players starting out. Bishop c4 on move 3. So bishop c5, I'm not going to take on c6 and then win e5 because you would run into queen d4, which is a big problem. I'm just going to...
Well, yeah. Second thing, TTRPGs, tabletop RPGs. Maybe a little bit of D&D, 5th ed, but I'll probably be running Dreadlore. And that's the system that my buddy and I created. So it'll be running short form games, 2-3 hour sessions with very few people. Normally on a tabletop game you have one DM or arbiter, as it's called in Dreadlore, and anywhere from 3 to 5 players, 3 to 6 even. So if you've seen Critical Role, that's a pretty stereotypical D&D game or tabletop RPG game. This is going to be short form. So I'm thinking like 1-on-1, 1-on-2. It's a test for streaming on Discord, and this is what I'll do for discussions. Whoop. I move that mouse away from my face. We'll see if you can see that mouse. It would be hilarious if you could. This has been something that's been talked about in some of the video podcasts I've seen. 3, music. Not entirely certain about this one. It's the idea of showing some editions of songs, maybe even have some performances. Sitting on the ground, friend told me what to see. Asking you about as it took all day responding. For all of these, I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do live streaming yet. My upload speed is it's 2.3 megabytes per second. 4, coffee. So coffee discussions. I do an Instagram called Coffee Bunkum. Get it? Anyway, and I've got several friends that are in the business. They own shops, they've started shops, they've lost shops, they've roasted, all kinds of stuff. So it'll be conversations with them. If you're into coffee, you should be. Damn it. Okay, the 5th thing is rrible or Terrible Productions. So if you go to the Patreon, and you should, that's what all this is funneled through. It's my little production company where I do short films and where I act, do a web series and a whole bunch of other stuff. That 5th something bumpkin topic would be specifically maybe talking to the actors, doing behind the scenes type things, just talking about the short films themselves. If I can get them to do it, some people around town that are in the industry, and talking about their kind of things. And finally, the 6th thing. That's right. That means 6th. It also means what's up. Sixth thing, random blurbs. So that's the miscellaneous topic. But these are things like stupid life hacks, like you should always wear a hoodie and you should never wear socks. Anything with code, tarot readings. I don't believe in the tarot, but I think it's cool. Rune readings with the Elder Futhark. Just friends doing stuff. Like I said, I got a friend who, he just makes stuff. He's got a massive amount of land, and right now he's making a climbing wall, for instance. Just cool stuff like that. Some topics on the gig economy. I've got some people that are journalists, photojournalists. They talk about this kind of thing. You get the idea. Traveling, languages, language learning, and in general being a digital nomad. Because, I think that stuff's cool. These are things that I'm involved with, and I think it'd be interesting for you all to watch if you're into that kind of stuff. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the equipment, both hardware and software, that I'm using angrily. And if you have suggestions and I can afford them, I'll do it. Yeah, and that's this episode, sort of an introduction. Maybe I should have done this first, but I wasn't really sure what the channel was doing. But for right now, those are the 6 ideas. If you have any suggestions, well, let me know. Be nice. You don't have to be nice. Thank you for viewing. Share all of this. Go to the Patreon if you want and subscribe. That'd be great. Makes me feel good. All right. See you guys. One of the pirates, who is a seas spawn, turns towards NASA. NASA, with your mage armor up, it shields itself as it attempts to attack you. What is your AC now that you have mage armor? Nala, will you roll me a d20?
It didn't land. An edge was upright. It landed against a knitting needle. Hang on. That was. What did I need to add to that?
4.
4?
Yes.
That's a natural 20, so that would be a 24.